Good morning, guys. Welcome back. This is day 2 of Eurokracy. We are here in Montreal, Canada, technically Mirabel, and the weather looks like it's going to clear today. Yesterday, day 1 of Eurokracy, got a little rainy later in the day. Luckily at about 4 o'clock. Was that Theory? Yeah. It's about 8:30. We're here with coffee, second coffee in hand. And if you guys missed the previous episode, we've flown up here because I've been invited to be the judge of this year's Eurokracy show. So the Eurokracy guys flew us up, gave us a rental car, a hotel, and we've just been kind of enjoying our time here in Montreal for the weekend. I'm gonna try to get a full episode out for you guys today. I still have some judging duties to do, still have a few more cars to judge, then we've got the award ceremony later. But for now, we're gonna walk around, try to show you guys what's here, some of our favorite stuff. What's up, man? My buddy Sean from Hoonigan and Rotiform drove his Mark IV R32 up from Virginia, long haul up here, all the way to Montreal. Sean actually was with Volkswagen America for over 17 years before making the transition to Rotiform Wheel Pros. So this year's awards, they made out of real tile. So cool. And Rick was nice enough to give me one of them. This is so cool. And it's even on like a really cool, like ornate frame. This would be really cool to hang up in the shop. So huge thanks to Rick for one of their awards. It's so cool that they do something different every year. I mean, and the tile is just loose in there. Genuine tile. So rad. So this here is the Unitronic Mark II. I remember when this car came out, got unveiled in like 2012, 2013, about 10 years ago. All-wheel drive R32 swap with like 750 horsepower. It's so cool that this car is still around. JR Motors Performance. I don't know if that's still the original owner of the car and who built it, but I do remember Unitronic promoting this car when it first came out. There's no lack of really nice Mark I's and Mark II's here this year. Euro lights. We didn't get these lights in America. We got the 4 little square headlights, and the big square Euro fronts just look so much better on the Mark I Jettas, I think. Really cool. Love it. Well done.
Thanks.
Well done. So, best Mark II Golf. We're giving this white Mark II Golf with 16 valve, big turbo, all-wheel drive swap, synchro. Car's fully been done. Paint, the mollies. So this is our selection for best Mark II Golf. The fact that it's all-wheel drive is just so crazy. Best Mark III Jetta, we chose this red one on the CCWs, the classic CCWs. This has an Atlas swap in it. V6 out of an Atlas. So much fabrication work to get it to run right. He's got a ton of interior work. Sorry if the wind is too much, you guys can barely hear me. But beauty washered everything. Lots of engine bay work, smoothing out work. lots of color matched components. And the fact that he put an Atlas motor in it, he said the hardest part was getting this thing to run right, the wiring. So very, very cool car. And I love the CCWs. The CCWs are so good. Best Mark III Golf was the Harlequin tribute car with so much powder coat work. They took the undercarriage apart, the subframe apart, and they basically powder coated all the implements of that car Harlequin colors. I mean, it's overboard, but the amount of work involved is insane. All right, guys, so I'm out here with Antoine, and this is the first go with these microphones, so forgive me if there's a lot of wind noise or any like high-end distortion. I'm gonna try to like fix any audio in post. But I wanted to get him and his Mark I Jetta out here because this car is just so crazy. He told us all about it when we were judging the car, but I really wanted him to talk to you guys about this car because he's done some incredible work with it. So, I mean, I hate that you have to like basically talk about everything again.
You're putting me on the spot.
And no worries, man, no worries. But just
no, it's fine, it's fine.
But again, just everything you've done yourself on this car, and it's incredible.
In my garage.
Yeah, in your garage.
Yeah. So I bought the car like 9 years ago. It was completely stuck. It used to be brown. So yeah, so I started going to car shows with it. I used to have Schmidt TH line on it with air suspension, and I rock it like that with the 1.7 in it.
1.7.
Yep. And then I went to Wolfsgard, Eurokracy, and you know, the car was good enough to make it in the show and shine, but not good enough to win. And I wanted to be competitive, so I took on the full restoration of this car. So step by step, I wanted to do a 12-valve VR6, and then it moved into a 3.2 R32, and then I moved into a 3.6. So, and then I thought, hey, maybe we could shave the bay. So
yeah.
So let's shave the bay. Let's do it. And
the
then
black hole is getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah, always deeper.
Yeah.
And then let's do the outside, and then I'm painting everything. So why not color change it? My favorite color for Mark I is Mars Red.
Yep.
So this is the earlier version of Mars Red. It's the more orangier.
Right.
So we went with this, and then it escalated again. So thought I'm doing the bay, I'm doing the outside, so why not put it on a rotisserie and do the underneath too?
In your garage?
Yeah.
In your home garage?
Yeah, just made out of wood with 2x4s.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sketchy the first time I flipped it on the side, but you know, it's old, so.
Right, yeah.
So
it was a low mileage car too, right?
Yeah, it's 72,000 kilometers when I got it. Now it's like 88,000 kilometers, so still pretty low for a Mark I. I had all the floors, I did stitch welding to make it more rigid.
Yeah.
And then I have a Mark III style 3-points mount instead of the Mark I style.
Yeah.
So I did all that fitting with the VR6 and the transmission in the bay when it was on the metal. So welding everything, doing engine mounts.
Right.
Yeah, so everything was thought with the idea in mind of putting a VR6 in it.
Yep.
So doing the 3.6 or the 3.2 or the 2.8 12 valve is all the same engine mount. So at that point I had the 12 valve, and then I moved into the 3.6 because everything was pretty much bolt on from the 12 valve.
Yeah.
Then all the fabrication I done myself with my welder in my garage, and I bought a TIG welder and I just kept trying until it came out good, until I could figure out how to weld stainless. I think it's okay.
Yeah, it came out great.
The engine bay is the place where I got the most work done. So it's a lot of details, but you can't really know all the details unless you really know Mark I's.
We need to talk about this right here. You had your washer reservoir here.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good detail.
So you have the battery here and the windshield washer reservoir there. So here there's a big dent, and the body line that's right there, it finished here, and there's a big dent here.
Yep.
So what I did is I wanted to match the other side. So on the other side you have the line that goes down all the way.
This line right here, yep.
And then it's pretty smooth. So what I did is I banged the dent out, and then I armor and dolly all the...
Yeah, the little indent. So basically you made the driver's side look just like the passenger side. Yeah, I mean, and like you said, it's a detail that
Nobody
only
knows.
a Mark 1 guy would know.
Would know, yeah.
I love that you left all the factory like dimples and you didn't smooth everything out.
It's more work, honestly, to do it like that.
Yeah.
It's just easier to make it flat and
Yep.
then body work all over it. But I think it looks better like that.
Yeah, I think so too. And you only have your speedo cable and your clutch line
Yep.
coming out, and that's
Yeah.
it.
So I have inverted master. Everything is under the dash. I don't have a booster. Mark 1s from factory, they were cable. So with that pedal cluster setup, I can now run hydraulic
Yep.
clutch line.
Clutch line.
So I did a little bulkhead right there.
It's so good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's so good, man.
I wanted to have a firewall that has nothing bolted on it. Mark 1s, they don't have subframe. And this is a Mark 3 VR6 mount.
Yep.
It's just shaved and smooth. So what I did is, if you look down there, next to the control arm, there's a roll cage tube that's welded to the chassis of the car. And then just a threaded insert and a custom mount to accommodate the
Yep.
Mark 3. With the Mark 3 mount, I can run stock Scirocco 16 valve axles.
Axles. Yeah,
So
that's
they
right.
are off-the-shelf parts. If I break an axle, you know, they're like $75.
You can find
and I
them,
can
yeah.
get and I can get them next day. If you do a kit with Mark 1 VR6, it will offset the engine. So
Yep.
stock axle, they don't fit. A little bit more work, but you know, I never broke an axle with this car, and I
And-
went drag racing with it on the quarter mile. With those tires, it's not really good. It
Very
did a
narrow
40
tires, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a set of slick, and I tried it just for fun. And I ran, my best pass was a 12.6.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, quarter mile.
Yeah, quarter
Yep.
mile.
I mean, we could talk all day about the engine bay and the motor swap. The Volkswagen Motorsport steering wheel. You've got the CAE.
So when I first got the car out, I had a pole position seat in the front, and
Yep.
I had an X-bar in the cage. Now that I have a 1-year-old son, I wanted to ride with him, so I changed the interior up last year. I did Recaros that you can incline, got rid of the X. I ordered some authentic Recaros fabric to match the back seat with the front seat. Most of the interior is stock from this car, from '84. It's in really good condition.
It really is.
As you can see, the dash is original to this car from '84. It was never reworked. All the switches,
So crazy.
yeah, door panels too. They are pretty good.
The door panels are insane. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just incredible to be factory and
Yeah.
all original. And the fact that you did all the paintwork yourself.
Yep. I pretty much learned how to body work with this car.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So, one buddy of mine, his name is Felix. He does paint and body. So he came over to help me. He painted the shell, so the outside shell, the roof, and the bay.
Yep.
And I did the doors. I did all the prep works on the front end, the hood, the fenders, all the paint on the inside I did. So I painted the roll cage, the inside of the trunk.
You said you got the Euro bumpers from Germany.
Yep, Jetta specific Euro bumpers. So these came from Germany. This is the same fabric as the seats. It's just I had fabric laying around. And my wife did the stitching.
So cool. And then the crossbar that you did in the carbon.
Yep, same as the moldings. Yeah, so the moldings, they are factory moldings in stainless steel. I did them with the 2x2 twill, so it's a real carbon sheet, epoxy, and then sand it, and then epoxy again, and sand it, and epoxy again until it's flat, perfectly flat, and then clear coat. I use the same clear coat as the car.
Amazing amount of work.
Yeah, same treatment as the rear bar. Still have original glass, original seals.
Yep.
From this car. It's not glass that I found laying around.
Right,
It was
right, from the car. To me, it's just so crazy that you basically learned a lot on
Doing
this
this
car,
car, yeah.
you know, and that it's here in this stage.
Yep.
That it's not still just like a practice car. It's a finished car.
Yep.
It's insane, man. I mean, it's inspirational hearing your story. You've been determined enough to learn many things on this car as you went.
Yep.
And to stick it out till it came to this form.
So there was a lot of trial and error. What you see is the finished product, obviously. You know, the trunk I did 3 times, the sunroof I did 2 times.
Yep.
So
kept
every
going
time
until
you paint and there's a defect in it or something that's not fixable, so send it all again, do it again, and
Yep.
until it's good enough for what I wanted to do with the car.
Right.
Doing it yourself is so rewarding in the end,
Really.
and then you have the skill. So if you want to do it again, you can do it again, and
Yep.
just get better at it every time. So.
Well, you're an inspiration for sure. It's motivational to.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, absolutely,
Thanks.
man. So you've got to use that. Well, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you for
absolutely.
doing
It's
this.
been a pleasure to hang out with you and
Yeah.
hear the story about the car. Incredible. Favorite car here, for sure.
Nice, thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Tennessee. Okay, John, so you've been to a lot of shows, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where have you been exactly?
This year it's been All Trace in Poland. It's been Players Classic in England. It's been Complex Union in St. John, New Brunswick.
All over.
AVF in Helen, Georgia. We're going to Finland next weekend.
Out of all those shows, which one is your favorite?
Eurokracy 2023.
Yeah! You're welcome back next year.
Jay, where you at?
Come here, guys. Hey, Jesse! Jesse! There you go. All right, Jesse. Jesse! Jesse! There you go. Jesse. Perfect.
Thank you both for the show.
There you go, guys.
Another one.
There you go.
Merci à tout le monde d'avoir venu. Merci à chaque personne. Thanks to everybody. Thank you again. Thank you to Unitronic. Thank you to our guest judge just here and his beautiful girlfriend that came all the way from Tennessee. I want to go home. You go home. Drive safe. Peace out. Eurokracy 2024 is coming next year.
All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for this episode and for Eurokracy 2023. I want to give a huge thanks to Sergio, Jesse, and Rick for inviting me out. Being a judge at this show is a huge job, but I'm glad I did it. It was an awesome weekend. Got a chance to see a lot of friends and make some new ones. Huge thanks to Antoine for taking some of his time to bring the Mark 1 Coupe out to the drag strip so we could talk about that car. Hope you guys really enjoyed that car because that thing is so crazy. He's honestly a good definition of dedication and passion to the craft, learning a new trade and sticking it through until the car's done. Huge inspiration. He's motivated me to go home and work on the auto union. So thank you guys so much for watching. So we fly home for barely a day and then immediately to Helsinki, Finland for the Creme de la Creme show, Fitted Fest. So the next episode will be the beginning of that journey. So follow along. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. The next few episodes are gonna be crazy. We're gonna be visiting some shops in Finland. It's gonna be my first trip to Finland, so I cannot wait. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for the support. We'll see you in the next episode.